Imagine a perfect world, a garden called Eden, where the first man and woman, Adam and Eve, lived in complete harmony with God. The rivers flowed with crystal clear water, the trees were bursting with delicious fruit, and the animals lived together in peace. There was no fear, no sadness, no pain, just pure joy and a close friendship with their Creator. God gave them everything they could ever need and the freedom to enjoy it all. He had only one rule, a simple instruction meant to protect their perfect world. You can eat from any tree in the garden, but don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will surely die. This wasn't a restriction. It was a choice, an opportunity for them to trust the one who gave them everything. But one day, a voice of doubt slithered into this paradise. A clever serpent, used by the enemy, approached Eve and twisted God's words. Did God really say you can't eat from any tree in the garden? He whispered. Eve corrected him, saying, No, we can eat from the trees, just not that one. If we even touch it, we'll die. The serpent saw his opening and pushed further. You won't die, he hissed. God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened. You will be just like him, knowing the difference between good and evil. Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful. It looked delicious, and the promise of wisdom was irresistible. She took a bite. Then she gave some to Adam, who was right there with her, and he ate it too. In that single moment, the perfect world shattered. Immediately, a new feeling washed over them, shame. They looked at each other and for the first time, felt exposed and vulnerable. They scrambled to cover themselves with leaves, hiding their bodies from one another. Then they heard a familiar sound, God walking in the garden during the cool of the day. But this time, instead of running to greet him like they always did, they ran away and hid among the trees. God called out, Where are you? He wasn't asking because he didn't know their location. He was asking because he wanted them to come out of hiding and face what they had done. Adam finally answered, his voice trembling. I heard you, and I was afraid because I was naked. So I hid. God's next question went straight to the heart of the matter. Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat from the tree I commanded you not to eat from? The blame game began. Adam pointed his finger at Eve. Eve pointed her finger at the serpent. Excuses echoed through a garden that had only ever known truth. Because God is both loving and just, their choice had real and lasting consequences, not just for them, but for all of humanity. God told the serpent it would be cursed, but he also made a promise that one day, a savior would come from Eve's offspring to crush evil forever. He told Eve that she would experience pain in childbirth and conflict in her relationships. He told Adam that the ground would resist him, that growing food would now require sweat, toil, and struggle. But even in this moment of judgment, God showed his incredible mercy. He personally made them durable clothes from animal skins to cover their shame, a tender act showing he still cared for them. However, they could no longer stay in Eden. God sent them out of the garden to prevent them from eating from the tree of life and living forever in their broken, sinful state. He placed a mighty angel with a flaming sword to guard the way back. The paradise they knew was now lost. So, why does this ancient story still matter to us today? It's not just a tale about a piece of fruit. It's the story of free will, showing that God gives us the dignity of choice. He doesn't force our love or obedience. It also explains the origin of the brokenness we see all around us, the pain, the fear, the struggle, and the shame. It all began with one choice to doubt God's goodness and His word. But here's the most important part. This story isn't just about how everything fell apart. It's the very beginning of God's amazing rescue plan. Even in the midst of the consequences, God made a promise of a coming Savior who would one day defeat evil, heal our broken world, and restore everything that was lost. It's the first chapter in a much larger story of redemption. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, be sure to subscribe for more.